time we had another small ball sculpt in our life. Gonna be working on total body today. Grab your small ball, doesn't really matter what size. Mine's about 9 inches. It can be smaller, larger, whatever you have at home is a-okay. We're gonna start here on the mat. You'll take that ball, just set it down. You're gonna aim for the ball to go right between your shoulder blades. So if you wanna just watch me, what I'm gonna do is sit up on my mat, knees bent, feet are down, and then I'm just gonna roll my way on back until the ball is about between your shoulder blades. It does not have to be perfect here because you'll see where we're going to start and get those posture muscles nice and warm, get the upper body, the core activated. You want your feet pretty far away from your seat here on this one. Your hands are going to come behind the nape of your neck to support your head, and then just press into those feet. You want to lift your hips up until they're about the same height as your rib cage here. So shoulder blades getting heavy around that ball. What we're going to do is use this ball like a little foam roller. All you're going to do is bring your seat closer towards your heels. Ball rolls up towards the tops of your shoulders, not to the neck, very important. And then just roll right on back down. Now try to keep it in a straight line. It might not stay in a straight line, that's okay. You want to feel like you're melting as heavy as you can around that ball with your upper body. Breathing here. With your breath, that oxygen is just going to help your muscles, your fascia hydrate here. We'll do 3 more of these. Nice and slow. Feel every second of this move. Should feel pretty good. Waking up those hamstrings as well. Notice that feeling. And then try to keep your head heavy in your hands. You're going to roll back to about the center of those shoulder blades and then go ahead and set your seat down. Once your seat is down, aim for a neutral spine. You want your neck nice and long, so top back part of the head, longest part of the spine, chin is gently down. You're going to let go of the head here and bring your hands straight in front of the shoulders. See how my palms are facing towards one another. We're going to take a little arm scissor. Lock your shoulders in the back pockets. Try to stay out of the neck. Right arm's going to go up. Left arm comes down by your hip. Now, are your ribs trying to spill open on that right side, or can you keep everything nice and engaged, nice in line? You'll exhale to switch sides. Breathe in to switch sides. So exhale on one, inhaling on the other. We'll do some leg scissors here in a little bit. So really feel this engagement of keeping your torso totally still. Arms are smaller than the legs, so this one should be a little bit easier to find that wrap across your core. Nice level pelvis here. Transferring from side to side, only make it as large as, again, you can keep that rib cage still. We're doing 3 more sets of this, right and left. After your last set, bring those hands right back in front of the shoulders. You're going to open both arms right and left here like a little T. Bend the elbows a tad. Try to make your elbows land on the ground. So maybe more of a W than a T. And feel that wrap across the shoulder blades. Reach all the way back up high for the sky. And then wrap the shoulder blades around that ball. Exhale as the hands come up. Inhale as they open wide. Feel the pecs and your collarbones stretching. Let's do 4 more. Gorgeous. After that last one, neck might be getting tired. You're going to bring the hands back behind the head. Give that neck a little break. Now, try to keep your tailbone as heavy as it is right now. Can you breathe in and drop your head all the way back towards the mat? Try to wrap it on the opposite side of that ball. Feel this nice big space between your ribs and your hips, extension in the spine. You're going to exhale, lift your torso straight back up where it came from, go into neutral, opposite of an abdominal curl. Inhale, reach the head back. Exhale, come just to neutral. Feel your ribs and hips lock in place on the way back up. Think about a rubber band there from each rib to each hip. Stretching as you lean back. Nice big space. Exhale, lift, lock it back in place. Breathing in. and breathing out for support. Feel this nice opening across the chest once again. We're working on your posture here on these. Gravity's assisting you. We're going to do 2 more like this. Last one here. You're back at neutral. Last exercise with the ball in this position. Reach the hands straight out in front of the shoulders like you did before. Your arms are going to go with you this time, back behind the head as you lean back. Arms are going to circle out towards the side. Nice big stretch in your chest. Curl the head up as the hands come back towards the hips, and then reach them straight out in front of the shoulders. So big circle. Breathe in, lean back, reach back. Breathe out, circle down around. Lock the shoulders in your back pockets. Chin nods, lift and reach. Breathe in, nice big port de bras. Breathe out, hands reach, head curls. Try to make it happen with fluidity. Two more. Last one, activating that core. And the elbows are gonna bend. Forearms come down towards the mat next to you. Kind of prop yourself up. Give the upper body a little rest. Go ahead and grab that ball with one hand. Can you take the ball out and set it right in between your ankles here? So forearms are propping you up. That ball's between the ankles, knees and feet. They're both hip distance apart. When you press into those forearms, your chest is gonna wanna flare up towards the sky as much as you can. Imprint, tuck the tailbone under, ribs and hips, shrink that space, lock them together, find your core. Your collarbone is nice and wide. From here, big inhale. Exhale, lift both legs up to tabletop. Try to keep that connection between those ribs and those hips. We're gonna go into what's called moguls here. Your feet are gonna twist towards the right corner of the mat, reach them long. Bend them back in, come to center table. Long towards the left corner of the mat and right back to table. So little twist across the hips, but try to keep the pressure even in both forearms, square across the chest. So the oblique twist is coming from the bottom half of your spine. Try to keep some tension on that ball. Activate your inner thighs. Helps you stay in that scoop. If you're like me, you might like to flex the feet. It's going to give you a little bit more engagement down the back of the body. It also might help you tune into those teeny tiny muscles, feeling that nice Pilates shake we all love. Let's do 3 more sets, right and left here. Breathe through it. You got this. Core on fire already. After this last set, right and left, pause with both legs at tabletop. Recollect your core if you've lost it. Try not to drop those legs. You're going to turn the feet out, Pilates V, heels in, toes apart. It's your frog. Exhale, press it out. Inhale, bend those knees wide towards the shoulders. Exhale, press it out, 45-degree angle. We're here for 4. Good. For 3, exhale, squeeze. Last 2. Last one here. Reach those legs long. Keep those legs long. Squeeze and release on the ball. Inner thighs beating here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in. Set those feet down. Take a breath. Oh my gosh, did that feel wonderful? You're going to press yourself up to a sitting position here. So you can just get those arms nice and long behind you. Once you're sitting up tall, the ball right now is between the ankles. Can you take that ball and bring it up between those knees? So ball's just a little bit higher. We're going to stay sitting here and work on some earthquake abs. You know the position, hands reach straight out in front of you like Frankenstein. Give that ball a little squeeze, coming into that same imprint shape of the spine we just talked about. Collarbone stays wide, tuck the tailbone under, pull your belly button in. Lean back until you're about where the back pockets would be if you were wearing a pair of jeans. Scoop the pubic bone even higher towards your rib cage here. Take a breath and then sit up nice and tall. Same thing again. Exhale, pull the belly button in, Tuck the tailbone under, roll back towards those back pockets. Hold here, take a breath, and then sit up nice and tall. One more like that. Tuck the tailbone under, pull your belly button in, lean back, gentle connection there. Try to hold this position. Continue to breathe. You're holding the position, not your breath. Lean back 1 inch further. You guys are like, what the heck? She told me this was total body. We are working all abs so far. I promise, guys, I got you. We'll get there. Can you squeeze and release that ball? Inner thighs, turn them on. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that squeeze, hold your position. From here, if you ever need to take a break, sit up, come back into your half roll back when you're ready. Your right arm is going to reach straight up towards the sky. Really try to keep that core still. Lots of shaking here, lots of activation in those deep abdominals. Bring that right hand back down, same thing with the left hand. Reach it up, try to keep your core still. Feel that earthquake happening. Last thing here, both arms, reach them high. Take a peek at those fingertips. Activate here, holding here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Sit up nice and tall. Grab those shins, fold forward. Take a peek at that ball, chin towards your chest. Nice little stretch here. Relax the neck. Shake the head out. No if you need to. We're going to come into a version of your roll up here. Your legs are going to stay exactly how the same as they just were for those earthquake abs. Try to squeeze that ball. Turning on your inner thighs is going to help you here on this next exercise. Arms start out straight out in front of you like Frankenstein. Now, sit up as tall as you can. Start with your half roll back, tuck the tailbone under, round. You're going to continue to roll back, hanging onto your core. Squeeze that ball. I promise it helps you. Your pubic bone is tucked up towards the rib cage. Now you're going to continue to roll back with control until you can't hang on to your abdominals any longer. One bone at a time makes its way to the mat. And then finally reach the hands all the way back behind the head. Nice big stretch from the ribs to the hips. From here, your goal is going to be to roll all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, reach the hands in front of the shoulders. Nod the chin towards the chest. Shoulders locked down in the back pockets. One bone at a time. Heels away from the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs. Activate your core. Once you get all the way to the top, can you reach the hands straight up towards the ceiling, opening up your chest, growing as tall as possible. Inhale here. Exhale, hands travel down, spine rolls back. Hang on to your core as long as you possibly can. The slower you make this, the harder it is. So go as slow as you possibly can. This is not about rushing here on this exercise. Reach back, big inhale. Exhale, hands come forward, nod the chin, core does the work, ribs all the way up over, they glue to those hips, and you reach up nice and high at the top. Hands travel down, exhale, use your breath to help you, shoulders in the back pocket, squeeze that ball, rolling down with as much control as you can, hang on to your core, reach back, big stretch. Hands travel down, you roll up. Activate, activate, activate. Ribs to hips, ribs to hips, ribs to hips. Reach as tall as you can at the top. We're doing 2 more of these at your own pace, as slow or as fast as you need to. Listen to your body. Find that articulation down the spine. Can you grow more space between each and every vertebra with every repetition? Each bone has its own time to leave the mat. There's your challenge. Don't let one leave until the previous has left. Think one bone at a time. Your spine's moving in all of those separate pieces here. Big breath, roll it on up, activate, activate, reach towards the sky, grab the shins, same stretch we did a minute ago, look towards that ball, shake the head out now. Beautiful. All right, from here we get to lie right back down on our back. Slowly make your way onto your back. Keep the ball in between your knees here for a second. Once you're lying down, you're looking for a neutral spine. Remember the feeling of this neutral spine. Your hips, your pubic bone, they are parallel to the floor. Your low back, it's gently lifted. Now close those ribs, activate, lock the ribs and hips together. Pull the rib cage down into the back half of your body. Remember this position, grab your ball, press into the feet, lift those hips, put the ball right under your tailbone. Once that ball's right under your tailbone, can you come back to that neutral? You're gonna feel like your low back is a little bit overarched here when you're in the right position. Neutral spine up on this ball, still hips pubic bone level to the floor, not tailbone tucked just because we've got this surface underneath us. Center of your tailbone, center of the ball. Try to relax here. Try to find a stable surface. Just feel your tailbone kind of melting around that ball, your sacrum melting around that ball, similar to what we did with the shoulders at the start of class. All right, little breathing exercise from here. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, try to pull the back of your belly button all the way down to the mat behind the ball. You're shrinking the space between those ribs and those hips, just like in those round spine exercises. As you breathe in, arch the low back away, tailbone goes for a little ride, that ball rolls a teeny tiny bit. Exhale, imprint the spine. Keep your neck relaxed, keep your glutes relaxed. Inhale, arch it back to neutral, find that space. So you're contracting those ribs and those hips, those obliques, pulling the pelvic floor up. And you're releasing, creating enough space for the lungs to fully expand on that inhale, but keep that TA, that transverse abdominis, nice and tight, your internal core set. 2 more of these. Exhale, imprint. Inhale to neutral. Hold neutral after that last one. Press down with the triceps. Really activate the backs of your arms. They're going to help you with balance here. Right leg's going to tabletop. Keep that shelf, hips and pubic bone level surface, neutral spine. Left leg's going to meet the right leg, both legs at tabletop. From here, it's toe taps. Your right toe drops back down towards the mat. Inhale as it lifts back up. Left toe drops. Inhale to lift. One thigh bone at a time is moving away from you. As that thigh bone moves away from you, can you feel the oblique pulling towards the opposite rib? So opposite side of your torso has to hang on to keep your core totally still, totally level here. Now, if you're like me, you're feeling that shaking sensation all the way across the core. Activating, trying to keep your neck long, trying to keep your neck relaxed. Your shoulders are down in the back pockets. You might start to feel a little bit of hip flexor here. If you feel the hip flexor taking over too much, think more belly button to spine, more wrap across the core, internal core set. That core activation is going to take you out of those hip flexors. 1 more of these on each side with control. You're going to pause with both legs at tabletop. If you need to drop the feet, take a breath, take a rest, do so. If not, it's your bend and your stretch. Both legs reach long at a 45-degree angle, exhale. Both knees bend right back to tabletop, inhale. Create that crease at the front of your hips. Exhale, reach long. Inhale, return. Exhale, reach long. Inhale, return. Reaching for that opposite side of the room, creating that long diagonal line across the legs. We're here for 3. There's work in both directions. For 2. On the last one, you're going to hold those legs out long. You got this. Big scissors with the legs. Right leg up, left leg down. Activate your core, switch sides. We're going to move our scissors a little bit quicker here. Like those scissors with the arms. Exhale on one, inhale on the other. Exhale on one, inhale on the other. Keep your core nice and firm, reaching those legs in either direction. Feel the space in those hamstrings. We're here for 6, for 5, 4 more sets. Activate that core. 2, and 1. Bend those knees in towards the chest. Take a breath. Gently set those feet down. Once your feet are down, you're gonna slide the ball under just your left glute. It's gonna feel a little bit weird here. Just the left glute on the ball. Right glute's gonna try to make its way all the way down towards the mat next to you. Arms are by your sides, legs are gonna reach long out towards the opposite side of the room. So right now your left hip is lifted up in space. This is gonna be a nice release for your hip flexor if you found it tried to take over a lot in that last set of exercises. Left hand, same side arm as that ball, is going to reach back next to your ear for the opposite side of the room. Stretch as much as you can in 2 directions with that left foot and that left arm, but try to relax as much as you can here. So melt over that ball. 3 big breaths. Send your breath into that hip. Slow down the heart rate as much as you can. And then gently bring that left hand towards the ball. You're going to take the ball out from under your left hip. Once your left hip comes back down on the ground, I just want you to feel how much more released you feel across the left glute here. More grounded, more relaxed, just a little bit looser, a little bit more ready to take on some flexibility here. Ball's going underneath the right hip. Same thing on the other side. So gently just try to put your glute on top of the ball there. About half of it will sit on there. And then left side's going to try to stay down. Right leg goes all the way long. Feel that release. One side might be tighter than the other. Right hand reaches straight up towards the ear. Try to ground that right arm all the way for the mat. Reaching in 2 directions. Relax over that ball. So no tension in the knee, no tension in the shoulder. 3 big breaths, slowing down the heart rate here. Try to take that shaking, that vibrating sensation out, tension in the neck out. And then after your last breath here, you're reaching for that ball, taking the right glute off of it and feeling nice and settled here in the low body. Feel that nice sensation. We're going to use the glutes next on this next set of exercises. Bend the knees, feet come back down towards the mat, knees are bent up towards the sky. From here, you're going to take the ball underneath your left foot. If you need to sit up and put it under the left foot and then come down, that's okay. Just listen to what you need to do. Try to put your whole left foot on the ball and then press evenly across both feet. So the one on the ground on the mat and the one on the ball. Press down with both arms here and just take a breath. Don't freak out when I tell you where we're going next. You're going to pull the back of your belly button down in print. Press into both feet. Squeeze those glutes. Turn on the backs of your thighs. Peel those hips up into your bridge, 1 bone at a time. Pressure in both feet here. Lift, lift, lift. Feel that release across the hip flexors. Keep your rib cage in the back half of your body. The pubic bone is still scooped up towards those ribs. Take a breath in at the top and then roll it right on down, 1 bone at a time. Feel that length in your spine. Tailbone hits. Relax back to neutral. Another breath in. Backs of the thighs activate. Both sides squeeze the glutes. Peel up and away to your bridge. You feel a whole lot of hamstring on that ball side. Don't forget about the inner thighs for alignment. Inhale at the top and then exhale, roll right on back down. Last time we're going to lift on this side. Big inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button down. Scoop the core in. Lift with the backs of the thighs and the seat. Once you're there nice and high, press your foot into that ball. Keep both hips level. You're going to roll that ball. Left leg goes out totally straight. Use your hamstring, bend the knee, pull it all the way back in. Exhale. Try to draw a straight line. Inhale as you reach that leg nice and long. Keep both hips high. Exhale, pull it all the way back in. Your foot's on that ball. Inhale to reach it long. Exhale, hamstring curl. 1 more here. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, hamstring curl, foot presses into that ball, pull your core in, heart drops first, one bone at a time, rolling down for the mat. Set your tailbone down, find your neutral spine. Breath here. From here, hips are down. You're gonna roll that left leg out straight how it just was in that hamstring curl. Your calf, sort of low part of your calf, is there resting on the ball here. This is gonna create some instability. Arms still down by your sides. This time you're neutral. Think corset, activate your abdominals. Your right leg is gonna unfold and reach straight up towards the sky. Can you feel equality from hip to hip? Don't lift one glute. We're gonna draw a single leg circle here. Point those right toes. You're gonna go across the body first to the left. Those hips don't rock. Circle it all the way back up towards the sky. Inhale, draw your circle down around. Exhale on that way back up. Inhale, circle across, down, around. Exhale, up. We're here for 2 and 1. Reverse the circle, out to the right, down, around, exhale, up. The goal is for that ball to stay totally still. You're using the left leg here to keep that ball still. It's helping you with stability. 2 more. Last one. Bend that knee, drop your right foot, take a breath. Beautiful work. These are tough, guys. You got this. Roll that ball back in towards you, and then you're going to use your feet so that the right foot can land on the ball. You'll roll it on over, and that left foot will just come down on the mat right next to it, right in line with your hip. We've already done one side. This side's going to be tougher here. Press into both feet. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck that tailbone under. Scoop from your core. Inner thighs are on as you peel up and away into that bridge. The more pressure you put on the ball foot, the harder it's going to make this series. Try to keep your neck relaxed. And then roll your spine all the way back down. You're looking for space between each and every vertebra here. Articulation in the spine. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, pull the core down. Backs of the thighs, glutes. Peel your hips up and away as high as they can go. Find that strength in your back body. Lengthen the front body. And then roll it down with that nice breath out. Last time, rolling it up on this side. Exhale, pull the core down, scoop with the core. Lift, 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 nice and high. Stay lifted. Inhale, roll the ball away. Exhale, pull it all the way back in. Inhale, roll the ball away. More pressure on that ball. Exhale, hamstring curl. 2 more of these with control. Trying for a straight line. Keep that inner thigh on the left side activated. Last one here. Hips are high, hips are even. Roll it in, lift an inch higher, roll it all the way down. Release at the bottom, neutral, big inhale. Right leg, reach it all the way long. Calf there, resting on the ball. Press it down, activate, so that you can lift that left leg high towards the sky. Single leg circle across the body first. Inhale, circle down, around. Exhale, lift up, 12 o'clock. Inhale, down and around. Exhale, lift, 12 o'clock. 2 more on this side. Reverse here. Out to the left first. A little harder to keep those hips steady. Find that strength in your internal core set. We're here for 2. We're here for 1. Bend that knee. Set the foot down. Roll the ball back in towards you. From here, the ball is going in between the feet, ankles-ish. You can sit up here, bring that ball up about where you got that little ball bone that sticks out of the inside of your ankle. That's where you want it. You're squeezing the ball, knees are hip distance apart, neutral spine, arms resting, neck relaxed. From here, it's a neutral bridge. Keep your spine long, hips, pubic bone parallel to the floor. Send the sits bones closer together. Feel that grip in between the hamstrings and the seat. Use that grip to lift the hips up high. 2 helium balloons, picking the hips right up. It's a drawbridge opening. There's no roll across the spine. Once you're high at the top, you're in your high bridge. Try to connect the shoulder blades underneath you. From here, you're going to close that drawbridge. One long line, set those hips down with control, as slow as you possibly can. Keep that little squeeze between the glutes and the backs of the thighs. Right when the tailbone is about to hit, exhale, squeeze those glutes, lift them straight back up. So drawbridge opening and closing, straight neutral spine, as slow as you can on the way down. And then power that seat right back up. Keep pressure in all four corners of the feet. From here, the inside arch of your foot may be trying to leave the mat. From here, all the weight may be trying to come into the heels. Press equally into the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. Feel how that changes things. Gives you a whole lot more activation across the low body, across the legs. Lifting those hips higher than the neck here. Try to keep your neck long and relaxed. 2 more. Come all the way down. Find neutral. Take a breath. Keep the ball where it is. From here, you're going to imprint your spine, tailbones tucked up towards the sky, activating this rib and hip connection. From here, you're going to pick the knees up to tabletop, press into the backs of your arms. From here, scoop your core, really press into those palms. You're going to lift the tailbone and try to bring the knees all the way back behind the shoulders. Now keep them floating up away from the mat. You're going to roll the spine down one bone at a time. Squeeze your core, squeeze your core, squeeze your core. Little version of your rollover. Once the tailbone hits, find neutral, bring the feet all the way back down to the ground. So you're adding kind of that toe tap sensation to this rollover. Start with imprint. Bring the knees to tabletop. Use the palms, use the abdominals, lift the seat. Rolling over, knees come back behind the shoulders. Keep your scoop in your core, your neck's nice and long. One bone at a time of the spine is going to reconnect. Use the backs of the arms for control. Only once that tailbone hits is when you can start to bring the feet down and start to release into your neutral spine. So you're keeping the knees as close to the shoulders as you can, that whole roll down. Scoop, imprint. We're doing 2 more of these. Legs come to table. Curl the spine. Find as much activation as you can as the hips lead. Now keep your ribs and hips as close together as you possibly can. Keep the knees reaching towards the shoulders as you try to put the spine down. It's like our short spine massage we do on the reformer. Once the tailbone hits is only when you can release those legs back to tabletop. Find neutral and set the feet down. Last one here, scoop the core, activate. From here, bring the knees to tabletop. We're stretching here next, I promise. Lift the seat. Find that activation in your core. Nice round spine. Keep that activation in your core. Stretch one bone at a time back down. Keep those knees reaching towards your chest. And then find tabletop. Back to neutral. Feet relax. Woo! Awesome work on those. Roll yourself on up to sitting. You're going to take the ball out from between the legs here. We're going all the way onto our belly, going to find a swan. So from here, ball, just set it at one end of the mat. You're going to bring your legs out wide and turned out. So wider than the mat, it's going to help you stay out of the low back. You're lying all the way down on your belly. 2 straight arms. Hands, press them on top of the ball. Feel that engagement underneath the arms and the shoulders. Pubic bone, pressing just as heavy as those hands down into the mat. Pull the belly button up away from the mat. Find your form here. Commit this form to muscle memory. And then with your next inhale, you'll peel up into your swan. Notice how the ball rolled a teeny bit towards me. Inhaling to lift, big stretch between the ribs and the hips. Shoulders are still away from the ears. Drop your belly button down first, one bone at a time, connecting right back down to the mat. So that extension we did at the start of class, this time gravity's working against you, so there's more work in the shoulders. to create that little baby back bend, and then resist gravity on the way back down. Pull your belly button in, pull your core in. Your shoulders travel down first. Your neck is long. As the heart lifts, can you reach it through the shoulder blades? And then send the belly button down first. Gain more space between each and every vertebra. Get even taller as you lower down. We're going to do one more of these. Expansion on that way up. And stretch, nice long length in the spine on the way down. Beautiful. All right, from here, coming up to all fours, hands and knees. Hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. From here, you're going to try to set the heel part of both hands on the ball, outer edge of the ball, and then your fingertips are wide towards the side on the mat. So your hands kind of look like this. This heel part of your hands is on a little part of the ball, and then the fingertips are pressing down onto the mat on either side of the ball. This is just going to challenge your balance a little bit. If you ever want to ditch the ball, you can. Bring the knees right underneath the hips. From here, you're going to reach your right leg out long to start. Square off the hips, knee and toe facing down towards the ground. All we're doing is lifting that right leg up and setting the toe right back down. Try to keep the core on here. Try to keep equal pressure through all 10 fingertips here. Working on that balance. Make sure you're not dumping into that left hip. And from here, we're going into rainbows. Leg lifts, tips over towards the back left corner of the mat. Lifts, taps the back right corner of the mat. Balance a teacup there on your tailbone. We're not doing very many of these. Find that space in the hip. Find that strength in that perfect peach. Activating your core. 2 more sets. Good. Bring that toe back down in center. Slide that knee all the way in. Same thing on the left side. From here, left leg's going long. Shoulders in the back pockets. Find that strength in your back. Square off those hips. Kick that left leg up. Tap the toe down. Length here with that left leg. Keep those hips facing straight down towards the ground. Make sure you're not dumping into that right side just to lift your leg higher. That's silly. We're thinking long, not high. Opening up the hip flexor. Make sure your low back isn't coming into it. Low back stays totally still, steady. Take it into rainbows. Tap the back right corner. Lift, tap the back left corner. Lift and reach. Lift and reach. Side to side. Find that hip extension at the top. Keep yourself as square as you can. Last set here. Bring that toe back down to center. Slide the knee in. Take a breath. Beautiful. Ball's coming out from between those hands. It's going right in between the knees. From here, you're going to tuck your toes under so that the balls of your feet can make their way towards the mat. You probably already know where we're going in this position. It's our plank press. Shoulders away from the ears. Dig into those toes. Use that scoop of your abdominals up away from gravity. Hover those knees 1 inch off the mat. Here's your exhale. Inhale, set the knees right back down with control. Exhale, press, lift. Inhale, lower down. Back body on and active. Total body exercise here. Balance that teacup on your tailbone. We're doing 2 more. On the last one, can you hold those knees up? We're going to squeeze and release on that ball for 10, 9, inner thighs, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there for 3, for 2, for 1. Set those knees down, untuck the toes, stretch those hips back towards the heels. Nice release here. Reach those fingertips long. 2 breaths. And slowly roll yourself on up to a kneeling position. All right, from here you can either keep the ball between your knees or take it away, get to the position, and then put it back in between the knees. You're gonna come to face towards the screen here. Either way, you just wanna be at one side of the mat here. So you're in one half of the mat, I guess. From here, you're going high up on your knees. Arms are gonna come to a T. You're gonna tip over here like you're going into mermaid. It's my right palm might be your left palm finds the mat, and you're in a kneeling version of your side plank. So from here, you either still have the ball between the knees or you're reaching for the ball to bring it between the knees. My bottom knee and my foot are down, top knee and foot are floating. Reach your top arm straight up towards the sky, give that ball a little squeeze. From here, we're gonna thread the needle, top arm comes down. Your shoulders are gonna twist to face towards the mat, but your hips stay square towards the screen. Inhale, unfold, reach nice and high. Exhale, shoulders twist towards the mat, hips stay towards the screen. Keep a little squeeze on that ball. Inhale, unwind. 3 more of these. Exhale, little twist. Inhale, unfold. It's your obliques working hard. Keep that belly button pulled in and up. Last one here. Thread that needle. Reach your arm nice and high. Squeeze and release on that ball. It's the top side working here with control. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Neck is nice and long. If you want to bring your top hand to your hip, there's an option. Lift the hips 1 inch higher. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the seat down. Take a breath. Beautiful. Same thing on the second side here. So balls between the knees. You're going to come to the other half of your mat. Squeeze that ball, arms at a T. Slowly start to tip over. Find the ground here. You're in your side plank. Kneeling side plank. Press away with both arms. Reach long in both directions. Neck is long. Top knee, top foot, they're hovering. From here, thread the needle. Top arm comes down. Shoulders go square towards the mat. Hips stay square towards the screen. Unfold with control. There's balance here. Use that bottom leg to support you. You might notice your hips want to go 1 inch higher as you come into that thread the needle shape. Can you keep the hips at that same height as you unfold back to your plank? Both shoulders stay out of the ears, neck's long, your back's connected. 2 more like this. Find that power in your side body. Hold your plank. We're squeezing and releasing on that ball. It's your inner thighs. If you want to bring that top hand to your hip, you do so. Really turn on those inner thighs. Lift, lift, lift the hips even higher. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the seat down. Grab that ball. Take a breath. Guess what? Just a couple stretches left. We're going to go into mermaid here. So you're seated mermaid position. One shin is folded back. The other shin is folded forward along the long edge of your mat. Both hips are as square as grounded as they can be. And then on that open side where your knee is folded towards the front, that hand is on top of your ball here. So the shin folded back is the opposite side of the one where that ball is. Free arm's going to go to a T. You're going to roll that ball away from you, press your hand into that ball, and reach your top arm all the way up overhead. It's your mermaid here. Pull your belly button in towards your spine, press into that ball, lift all the way up. Feel the muscles underneath your arms work. Roll all the way up and over. Try to keep your opposite hip grounded, rainbow shape of the spine. You're coming all the way up with control. Stretching out those obliques, getting the spine moving. Keep your heart open. 2 more on this side. Feel the expansion between your ribs as you breathe in. Good. Swinging those legs on over. Same thing on the second side. One shin folds back, other shin folds forward. parallel to the front edge of the mat. Hands on top of that ball on that side. In this case, it's my right side. Free arm reaches up towards the sky. Roll that ball away. Nice big stretch. Try to keep your hips as grounded as you can. And then think rib cage up as you sit back up nice and tall. So create that rainbow shape of your spine. Don't just roll straight over. Exhale to lift. We already did that side plank. You don't need that diagonal line. You need the spine to move here. Expansion between the ribs, intercostal muscles. Opening, opening. Last one on this side. You can sit up nice and tall. And from here, I'm going to turn to face the side, sitting with both my legs nice and long, a little wider than the mat. Heels pressing down, knees gently bent so that I can sit up as tall as possible on those sits bones. You want to feel the fleshy part of the seat moving side to side. Anchor in those sits bones. Press down into your ball right between those knees. All we're doing here, roll that ball forward one hand at a time. Reach, reach, reach forward. Big stretch in the spine, big stretch in the backs of those thighs. And then roll the ball all the way back up as you restack the spine. It's your spine stretch forward. Roll the ball forward, pull the belly button in, you're round on the way forward, and you restack all the way up nice and vertical. 2 more of these, round on the way forward, reach, reach, reach. Forward, big stretch in the spine, big stretch in the backs of those thighs, and then roll the ball all the way back up as you restack the spine. Hold that ball out there. 3 big breaths, slow down your heart rate. After that last breath, slowly roll yourself all the way back on up. Once you're sitting up nice and tall, go ahead and give yourselves a hand. Awesome work today. That was an amazing total body workout. Felt so strong, felt so long. Using just this teeny tiny little ball, you can do so much. I can't wait to see you next time on the mat.